Bubba Booey.
More footy, baby.
Look out. More accurate.
They dropped it from a freaking biplane.
Give me a break. You're desperate. You're hankering for it.
Cynthia's still out there.
She's a bloodstained angel.
She's in the rut.
Another win. Chalk it up.
Hello and welcome to They Might Become Giants, a weekly AFL podcast hosted by me, Alex Williams, a man who wonders if the world's gone topsy-turvy, the Eagles got to win.
And me, Brandon McClellan, the man who is dead after this weekend because the Saints killed us.
Everything's going to be funny to me today because
Yes.
I've had 2 hours sleep.
Great. You're
It's a
my
beautiful-
perfect audience.
Lovely, just how you like them.
That's it.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Al.
That was not great.
That was terrible.
That was a really bad game
That was
of football.
really, really
It
bad.
was a bad game of football.
Yep.
Where I watched from home.
So did I.
I think it's one of the first times I've watched a game from home.
Yeah.
By myself.
Yeah.
Sitting on my couch, not at a watch party, not at the game, not in Canberra. You know, I just watched the game on the television.
Did your young son see any of this? Was he on your lap at all, or did you spare him?
I covered his eyes.
Yeah, good.
I covered
good
his
man,
eyes.
good
He
man.
saw the
He's
first
too young
bounce.
to be
I went,
seen.
yeah, exactly. I was like, that is, there's not a PG rating on that. It's MA 15 plus.
How did that happen?
Well, we just looked like we got completely space jammed. You know
yeah.
how
Yeah.
watching the broadcast, they had Ben Dixon. Is it Ben Dixon? Like went into the rooms before the game because they were like, "Oh, there's a lightning strike." As soon as the lightning strike happened, I was like, "Oh no,
Bad omen.
Well, we just don't respond to these things particularly well.
A power out at
over the years.
Angers. Oh god.
Yeah. But like when there was a snow game quite a few years ago down in Canberra, when it was
sick.
one of the first games where, I think it might have been the first game where snow hit in Canberra while the game was playing.
Wow.
And we were playing the Hawks. And it was this amazing game where our boys just looked cold. They were shivering. They did not want to be there.
No.
But meanwhile, Alistair Clarkson, who was the coach of the Hawks at the time, walked
Super
out
coach.
in the pre-game with his shirt off.
No.
Cock of the Hawk,
doing
and
a
he
full
walked out
Teddy
doing
Roosevelt.
these
Come on,
ones,
boys,
being like,
over the hill.
but in front of his boys, being like, "What cold? What cold?" And there was just a mentality
Yeah,
change.
well, they've won it there.
And I did feel like as soon as I saw on the broadcast that they'd let Ben Dixon do his little roaming Dixon in our change rooms, I was like, I know they would have gone, "Hey, can we get into the St Kilda change rooms and the Giants change rooms?" And Ross Lyon would have been like, "Absolutely, go nowhere near my players.
Yeah, no way.
I don't want anything to do with it." And the Giants, being the openly media savvy club that we
Nice
are, which we are,
guys.
which does,
Nice guys.
yeah, nice guys, let him in. And as soon as I saw that, I went, that's not going to start
bad.
well.
That's bad.
But we did. We just kind of look.
You can't do a post-match interview before the game.
What is time?
You're topsy-turvy. You're right.
Exactly.
Everything was backwards.
You can't do that.
What is
I just
time?
thought we lost that game
Yeah.
rather
from the
than
start.
rather than them kind of winning it. I thought the Saints were good,
They were pretty good.
but
yeah.
I was like, the skills.
We're so inaccurate. Again.
Well,
I
weirdly
can't
enough,
believe how many times I've said that on this pod. I really wasn't hoping that was going to come back this early in the season, but
Weirdly enough, statistically, we are one of the most accurate teams.
that boggles my mind
I
because
know.
I've never felt that. I've never felt the confidence of going anywhere unless we're
Well,
20 meters from the sticks.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Hogan's
this ain't
very
going in.
accurate. Maybe that's what it is. But I just,
Maybe.
I just,
Cadman.
yeah, Cadman's very accurate. But, that first half, it was like, they should have we should have been in the bin
I
by
thought we
the
were,
first quarter. They missed a bunch of easy ones. And then in the third, when we were kind of charging back into it, and you're like, okay. And we had about 3 shots in a row. I think it was, one was Xavier O'Halloran kind of walking into a goal, essentially, and he just missed it slightly. And you go, those were our opportunities to win the game,
100%.
and we just didn't deserve to win.
We didn't. And when it got really close, and it's so like a cliche, the final 2 minutes were the only 2 minutes that you needed to watch, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It really was just that. Like there is literally a thing on the AFL website where you can just watch the final 2 minutes. But I was watching those final 2 minutes. Obviously, all the group chats are going off being like, maybe the Giants, hold on. And that actually, I was like, no,
I had the same reaction.
Don't deserve it.
Yep.
If we win this is bad. If we eke a win out from that,
Yeah.
we don't learn the lesson.
What's
from that.
exactly right. That was
all.
my thought. I went, if we keep doing it like this,
Nah, I'm over it.
Yeah, exactly. We're
I'm
not
over
going to
it.
get like.
Because you don't
What
do
do
it
you
in
learn from
finals.
that?
You don't do it in
No,
finals.
and what do you learn from that? You
Yep.
learn that we can leave it late,
Yeah.
and you can't. Not
No, you
against good
can't.
teams.
No,
not against
you
good teams.
cannot.
Let's face it. We've cemented our underdog status now.
Absolutely.
We've cemented that.
The plan is coming together, folks.
It's perfect. Kingsley doing some great acting in the box.
Very
I'm
good.
so angry.
Love him being up in the
Guys, I'm
box
angry.
too, getting
Oh,
in
it's
people's
good.
head. Why is he not down on the line?
He's got a broken toe.
Oh.
That's why he's not on
Does
the.
he? Does he?
Yeah. No, he's.
Wink,
Yeah, I
wink.
loved his acting in the box. I'm so angry. Perfect, lining it up.
Perfect. Well done, boys.
Yeah,
well
very
done.
good, very
He's
good.
going around giving out chocolates
But
to
it's
everyone.
been an interesting season already. 3 weeks in, an incredible win against the Hawks.
Yeah.
Then an
Surprise.
absolute flogging against the Dogs, and then this game, which is look. Let's face it, should have won it. Should have beaten that team probably easily, but we do have 7 of our best 23 out. And
do.
now we have 8 of our best 23 out.
No, who the hell did we lose?
Buckley got a concussion
Oh,
in the last 10 seconds of the game.
I was going to say, I didn't see anything in the injury report.
Last
about-
10 seconds.
God.
It was post-game. He had to do a concussion test.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's out, which leaves way now for Lecalier to come in, who played VFL, a favourite of the pod. So it'll be Lecalier and Laverde, Salsa. Alex Salsa.
I like salsa.
Alex Salsa. Very much. But let's talk about maybe a couple of the other games because
Yeah.
it was an incredible week of football.
It was, and it started.
It
It
with a
started
bang.
with 2 bangers.
Yeah.
Absolute bangers.
Yeah.
And finished with a banger too.
So Hawthorn Swans was a banger.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well done, Hawthorn.
Very well done,
Oh, my
Hawthorn.
God.
I'll never be angry at a Swans loss.
Yeah.
Friday night was stunning.
It's stunning game between the Bulldogs and what's their name?
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great game.
That was an incredible game. And look, credit to Adelaide for, coming back, getting in front. And then the Bulldogs, you just go, this team, man,
Oh, that team.
they look unreal.
Really.
And against the odds, against the flow of the game, against a crowd who were hysteric.
Livid.
Hysteric.
Ooh,
Wasn't
boy.
it? I had a great time watching that. Game. And let's finish it off. Like 6-10, the graveyard slot.
Yeah.
The graveyard slot. The classic,
No one thought it would be watchable.
classic rivals.
Yeah.
True.
The first grand final in round 2. North Melbourne, West Coast Eagles.
Yeah, boy.
And the West Coast Eagles
Hey-oh.
are back. Sam has watched the game 4 times on repeat. He hasn't slept. And man, Sam, please take it away. What did you think? Give us a
do you
30-second. Yeah, how the emotions. Let us
It
know.
feels good, boys. It feels good to get back in the winners column, but let me first say I'm not going to get carried away like North clearly did last week after they did Port Adelaide by 40 points.
Yeah.
You should see the comments online from the North supporters. It is grim, dude.
Oh,
it is
I bet.
grim and also hilarious reading. But let me say, brilliant. The boy King is back. Harley Reid, 30 possessions, 2 nearly extraordinary goals. 1 touched, 1 just scraped the post. Oh my God, looked fantastic. Tell you what, the youth, CDT, I was not on the draft CDT train because I was like, please pick some midfielders for the love of God. But I've never seen a man apart from Luke Jackson move that way who's that size, maybe Nick Naitanui in his youth. Dersma looked outstanding.
The worm.
Dersma,
The worm,
terrific.
much better than his 2 brothers who are duds. And
Okay.
and it looks pretty damn good. I mean, look, again, we're playing Port next week. So
that's winnable.
And they've
Yeah,
lost
that's
Rosie.
an easy win.
They've lost Rosie. I'm not going to say that.
They've lost Rosie.
Yeah,
he's-
God damn it! I thought
That sounds like
Fantasy?
a fantasy problem.
It's a fantasy problem. For me too, brother.
Hey, so well done to the West Coast Eagles. A lot of people, again, this year thought they wouldn't win a game.
Yeah.
They've come out. They've won one. You could almost
Second
double
win for
your
your
wins.
coach.
You could
Right.
double it, second win for our coach.
I think I heard like in the lead up, it was like the West Coast Eagles haven't won for 308 days.
Yeah, that's
right.
I
That's
couldn't
10 months.
believe that.
Yeah,
And
but
North
Thought you got
Melbourne-
one at the end of last year or something.
No, they
Round
just
10.
beat the
Round
Saints.
10 last
Just
year.
beat the
That was
Saints.
it.
That was it, man.
Ooh.
Shocking, dude.
And North Melbourne haven't won back-to-back, haven't had back-to-back wins in. Do you know how long?
2023.
Since 2023.
They opened
3 years,
2023
right?
with 2
So
wins.
they beat Port last week, and they, I hate to say it, but their fans online did kind of start to go,
Put the Moz on
we're
them.
back. Like, we're coming back.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And they had West Coast next week, and they looked at it. They went, hey,
Hey,
here
easy.
it is.
Easy.
Here it
For
is.
the points differential,
It's
top
just
of the
so
ladder
silly.
again.
I also got to say, man, like watching on TV, seeing the West Coast fans be up and about,
We're wild.
it
Something to
there's,
believe
there's
in.
a lot of passion there, and they've been down for a little while. Hard to
long-
feel bad for them.
No,
I'm gonna be
very
honest with you.
hard.
No, it's
Rich,
fair,
rich
it's fair.
kids. Rich
You know, they've had a lot of success.
Chardonnay sippers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chardonnay sipping West Australians. I know them
But
well.
one shout out, though, to the electrician, the Sparky,
Oh, yeah.
Milan Murdoch. What
Oh,
an
yeah.
incredible story. He was crawling through a roof 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Really?
Dude, he got signed because we lost one of our other players in the preseason. So it was an SSP signing. He's been knocking on the AFL door for many years. A lot of people have been in the waffle following, have been like, this guy's a gun, but he's undersized. So he's been
Are
ignored.
you kidding?
He's been ignored because he's small. But he's got all the attributes. Anyway, he's come in. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
And he
He's
has
5'11".
been, he got 2 more goals this week, 22 possessions, 10 tackles. He's just a little terrier, and he's got such
yeah.
great energy. Cult hero written all over him, and I'm obsessed. I'm
And-
a Milan man.
Yeah, and you know his siblings are called Paris and Roman?
No.
Yes.
Get out of
Milan,
here.
Paris, and Roman.
Milan, Paris, and
And
Roman.
every disco happening.
Okay, so let's talk about the game coming up.
Yes.
Actually, first let's talk about the Guildford Hotel,
Oh,
the game
yes.
coming up.
Oh,
Friday night. I'm coming to this one. It's my first one
Yes.
for the year because obviously
dude.
I didn't want to miss the birth of my first child for the last one. But Friday night at the Guildford, is there a better place to be to watch footy?
No, there isn't.
I just think, as we've been saying the whole, for this first little part of the year, if we go 2-2, I'll be stoked.
That's true.
I'll be stoked. And Collingwood on a Friday night,
Gettable.
so good. It's at Marvel
At
as well, so
Marvel
it's not
too.
really
Yeah.
their home ground.
Yeah.
I just feel like this one's going to go off. And if I know that the last one was a bit tough against the Bulldogs, and I wasn't there, but vibes could drop off when we're losing badly. I think that when you're at at one of these watch parties, and it's going well, it is one of the best vibes.
It's incredible.
It is one of the best vibes in Sydney. It's $18 burger and fries deal, $6 Han super dry schooners. Baby, that's a pretty good deal. You're not getting
You're not getting that anywhere
No,
else
$6
on
Han
the
super
planet
dries.
at the moment.
Get along to the Guildford Hotel Friday night as we take on the Pies. No pies. I'm going to say it. No one eat a pie.
Yeah,
No one
pie.
eat a pie. Pies are
actually,
banned.
No, eat pie.
Okay.
Smash a pie before the game. Just smash pies all week. Just really put it into the universe that pies are for smashing.
Yeah, I like that
Do
actually.
you know what I mean?
Good reversal.
No reverence of the pie.
That's it. Okay.
It's
Everyone that
cheap and
comes to the watch
nasty.
party, eat a pie.
Eat a bloody
Eat a
pie.
pie for lunch. And then we're all eating pie for dinner.
Yeah, if they do pie at the Guildford, who knows?
Yeah, let them
We'll
eat
do it
pie.
for the night.
Let them eat pie. Look, I think this is another one where I go, look, can we get some players back? Kingsley said in his presser that Cadman's are likely back and Bedford's are likely back.
Because we were talking about this a little bit last week, that maybe we might get some people back a bit early.
Yeah, we've had the same team for 3 weeks. And let's face
have.
it, Delana looked pretty average out there.
He's lost.
Yeah.
He was all over the shop. His skills weren't
They're
up
not
to
there yet.
standard.
They're not there.
There were a few players out there that I was like, oh yeah, we're playing some youth, and it's and playing some guys that maybe aren't there yet, which is understandable because we have 7 of our best out.
And I wonder also if the fact that it was a very, very, very small crowd at the game.
Yeah, it
Obviously.
was 10,000 or so.
Oh, was it? Oh, well, that's
Oh, that's
good
not bad.
because
Yes,
they
fine.
they couldn't give us the number on the.
because there was a lightning delay and storms.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
yeah.
And there were all the countdown. The timers were being
Yeah.
screwed up
Across the
on
whole
every
round.
game.
And they
Yeah.
couldn't let anyone in the stadium for the first, when gates were supposed to open because of the lightning delay and
and
OHS and
safety.
what you're going to.
I wonder if there was a little bit too of the fact that the vibe wasn't great there. If maybe that's playing into some of the younger
Yeah, potentially.
players' mentality.
Potentially.
Maybe that crucible kind of needs to be there.
Yeah, I also think that, like with with older players, they're more consistent, right? So that Hawks game, they're like, okay, they're going to play that game consistently. Like Finn was great, Ash was incredible, but with young players, you
Always
get
incredible.
way more inconsistency. So they have a good game, then they'll be down, then they're up, down, up, down. So I just kind of feel like, they play couple of good ones. And then, and then they have that dips, and you're just going to get more consistency with Daniels being in the team, Bedford being in the team, Cadman, Green,
I'd love that.
we got a lot of guys that are out. And with Buckley could be a first kind of tall defender on most teams.
Yeah.
And with him out now, when we've got Laverde and Leck, I also thought we got absolutely demolished in the ruck.
Yeah.
Where are we
love
at with
our
Briggs?
team. I love our team. I love Briggs. I love Riccardi.
Oh.
But I love the great guys.
Yeah.
We are being consistently smashed in the ruck, probably for the last 3 years that I've been watching.
No,
it.
100%. Statistically, it's
and
completely
I
backed up.
think a lot of our problems with centre clearances and kind of winning in that midfield, winning in that centre square, is coming from the fact that maybe it's just the style of ruckman that Briggs is that I just don't think, I think it's been figured out pretty damn well. And you don't need to be a top tier, as we've seen, you don't need to be a top tier rucksman to kind of get the chocolates over Briggs and to kind of make something out of it. And it's particularly when we're so weak in the midfield, we kind of need someone to come in and just be putting up those kind of devastating numbers where it's particularly with how weak our field is, you would expect your ruckman to kind of be pulling the numbers
barometer,
that Finn Callahan and Clayton were delivering.
Well, it's hard because in that first game where he did dominate Meek in the ruck, and he had 8 clearances and he looked good, right? But he did it up against another ruckman of a very similar style. Then all of a sudden he just got jumped over. He just got jumped over that whole game, and there's no way you can going to get, you can have Clayton Oliver and Finn Callahan and Toby Green in the midfield, but if they're always getting the tap, 80% of the time they're going to win the clearance, and you can't win games of football like that.
No, you can't.
You just can't. So
they're scurrying. They're then out of position. It's got the flow-on effect of then having to create a tsunami out of nothing as well. It's starting to become a little bit too easy to defend. I think against for other teams.
Lockie Ash, man, that last 5 minutes. I mean, the whole game. I think he had 38 disposals.
Oh my god,
a ridiculous amount. But his turn of pace, just to get away from any sort of pressure, is unbelievable. Yeah, he has a clanger every now and again. It's funny. You see Giants fans kind of be like, "Oh, he turns it over." He's one of the best halfbacks in the game now.
Yeah,
I genuinely think he is one of the best halfbacks in the game. Some of the plays he had, even in this game, he got us back into the game. He got us back into that game.
Wow,
so Collingwood, look, I'm really looking forward to this because we get to go to the Guildford Hotel, and I just do think that there's a response coming. I think if we get a couple of guys back, it'd be huge. Yeah, just to plug some gaps that Delana probably needs to make way for Bedford. And then I would...
And Bedford's ready.
Bedford's ready, yeah.
Right.
Well, they're both tests. Cadman and Bedford are tests.
They're playing.
So they've got to get through 2 training sessions.
Okay.
And then Cadman, you could take out Grzyewski, or you could take out Riccardi, who was pretty bad.
No, I'm reticent to take Riccardi out because I think sometimes Riccardi kind of... I don't know. The way that Riccardi plays, a lot of it is that kind of support where he's coming in and he kind of fills gaps a lot.
Yeah.
And
he
rucks. But I find that with Riccardi sometimes, if Riccardi's having a bit of a bad game, it kind of shows that there hasn't been the nice chains that we've needed from everyone else in the midfield. I don't know if Riccardi would be on my chopping block.
Okay, that's fair.
And I feel like it kind of might be the little bit Riccardi sucks. It's but what led up to that mistake?
No, that's
from Riccardi
100%.
there?
100%.
Sometimes for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I would say.
That's fair. He just has a few moments where you go, that's a bit brain fades. Brain fades.
Yeah.
And those hurt you in close games.
They
as well.
do.
But then, you're
Then
right.
I'm
when
having
the
brain
system's,
snaps in the lounge room, being like, "What the?"
when the system's working well, he does score, and he kicks it a long
a
way, and
weapon.
he's a weapon. So
Yeah.
I watched a bit of the VFL because I'm a sicko.
Yeah. God, you are.
And it was so. Luckily, it did a bit of rucking, but he looked pretty good. He's come back from injury, so good timing for Lek to be back.
You called for the rucking of Leclerc.
And he was
is
jumping.
interesting.
He was jumping over people. He has the highest vertical leap of any player.
Huge.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah. So he's not as tall as other rucks, but his vertical leap is
better-
the
better.
highest in AFL recorded history.
Oh, wow. Hi, Nick Nat Nuis.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
He has the highest standing vertical leap in AFL combine history.
Get him in.
I think you might be right on this, Brandon.
Get him in.
I think it's
What have you got to lose?
Well, we need him this week as we need him this
Bye
week
next
as a
week.
defender.
It's a free run.
Free
it's
hit.
against Collingwood as well.
Yeah.
No one's going to begrudge us if, we try throw a couple of things at the wall.
I love watching VFL a little bit too because it's so lo-fi, right? They've played at Tom Wheels Oval, and it's so funny because they were up on these picker lifts, picker lifts, and they've got the setup for the, they've got the camera up there and a monitor, and then you've got some people clearly commentating from home from their iPhones, gains through the wazoo, very kind of relaxed, and it was so funny because at halftime, clearly the person who was doing the camera work, who was up there monitoring, forgot to turn off her mic.
Oh, no.
And so I know that no one else is probably watching this,
Wow.
but I was watching it, and all I heard for 20 minutes was her having a phone conversation with her mum, checking in on the dog,
No.
who's doing what homework, the whole thing. And it was the most entertaining 20 minutes. It was fascinating just to hear this
Is everything
social
all right with
relationship.
her?
Yeah, going
How's her
really
mum?
good. Yeah,
Doing
mum's
well?
good. I mean, they've got a new puppy, so that they were up at 2 a.m. and then 3:30.
You know something about
and
that.
then 3:30. Yeah, I know something about that. Changing nappies, and then 3:30. So that was a bit tough. And then their little sister came in, and oh man, I was having a ball laughing at this. And then I texted someone at the game, being like, "Hey, and then they sent me a photo of this poor, this one technician
operator.
up on the thing, and I was like, that's exactly what I thought they'd look like as well. So it was, look, I'm glad I tuned into the VFL.
Brilliant.
Toby McMullen also, I would have hoped would be in the team at this point.
Yeah, not a name that seems to be
he just
cracking
looks
through.
a bit.
What about Jackoff?
Jackoff looks good. Jackoff had a great game, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually.
He did play?
Yeah, well, yeah, he did. He had 34 disposals and a goal.
Oh,
Yeah. And Hannaford looks really good as well. So-
Hannaford.
Yeah.
Hannaford.
So there's some players there. They're still maybe a year away, but
Still cooking.
I'd play them instead of Delana. Give them a go. Why not?
Oh, really?
That's
okay.
yeah, 100%.
Poor Delana.
Well, he just had a bad game. Should we do a history?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go on. I'll give you a little history. I'll do a history.
Little reverse one.
A little reverse
Little
one.
reverse history.
Now, obviously, because it's me, I don't know really much about AFL history, so it would be silly for me to do anything about AFL. But I feel like there's been a lot of talk of curses a little bit with all the hammies and everything that have been going on. Weird amount of hamstrings to be pulled this year. Feels like it's hamstring preseason for an ACL postseason. You know what I mean? But curses are not just a thing of the AFL. So I'm going to tell you about the curse of Billy Penn.
Billy Penn.
Billy Penn.
Okay.
So for nearly a century, Philadelphia followed an unwritten rule. No building in that city could be taller than the hat of the William Penn statue that sat atop City Hall. So there's City Hall.
Yep. And then they've got a statue
and then they've
on
got a statue
the top of the building.
William Penn, who was, by all accounts, I did a bit of a quick
A slave
dive.
trader.
Yeah. Not a slave
Oh,
trader.
oh my God.
Probably one of the only people to have a statue
Do you know how
made of him
rare
where
that
you're
is?
like, not a bad guy. Actually made pretty good, made some treaties with the Native American people.
Oh, wow.
Of the time, pretty good.
Pretty good, as far as things go.
As far as
it's a
things
bit-
go,
so-
particularly in
So
America.
Philly's a bit like Paris. There's a building, there's a height.
There
thing.
was.
Yeah.
I was there last year.
Paris.
Were you really?
Or Philly?
Philly,
Oh.
the city of brotherly love.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteaks as good as
you ring the bell?
advertised.
They are very good.
Really
I don't
good.
think I've ever had one.
The Liberty
Wow.
Bell. Are you allowed to ring the Liberty Bell?
They do it at
I
bloody
saw it, but-
Philadelphia Eagles game.
I wasn't allowed, no. But yeah.
Well, so it stood at 548 feet, and for a while there, that city hall was the tallest habitable building in the world.
Really?
Yep. And out of respect for the city's founder, developers kept all new developments they were just shorter than Billy Penn's bronze noggin until March 1987. When the Gentleman's Agreement of Philadelphia was shattered by developer Willard G. Rouse III.
It's always the
that's a good
third.
one.
The second would
So-
never.
Yeah, the second wouldn't do it. Junior was a great bloke. Incredible beer.
Senior even better.
Oh, ripping guy. Ripping
course.
guy. The third, they've always got something on their shoulder. Little chip over there.
Willie Rouse III, he completed
Willie Rouston. Willie Rouston the third.
one Liberty Place. It was a sleek blue glass skyscraper that reached 945 feet, and it dwarfed.
Oh, so he smashed
Hall.
it.
Smashed
He
it.
was. This was him going, I'm making a statement.
Absolute statement.
Stuff the old guard.
It's free trade. It's
Yeah.
the 80s, baby.
Yeah.
Reagan,
Yeah.
it's morning in America.
yeah, it's glass, so I can do cocaine off it.
Yeah.
Read is good.
Superstitious Philadelphians immediately felt a shift, obviously. Because of course they did.
Because they got this whopping glass thing in the middle of their city all of a
not
sudden.
a bad thing. They're like, oh, Billy's in the shade.
Yeah, they can see their own reflection.
2 months later, the high-flying Philadelphia Flyers lost the Stanley Cup in the final game
Hockey.
of the NHL of the 1987 series. Now, Philadelphia sports teams had enjoyed a pretty big run of success in the years prior to the construction and opening of this building.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. In Major League Baseball, the Phillies won the 1980 World Series
Okay.
and the 83 National League pennant.
Wow.
In the NHL, the Flyers won back-to-back cups in 74 and 75. The National Football League's Eagles appeared in the Super Bowl following 1980. And the NBA's 76ers swept the 83 finals
Smashed it.
and made the finals in 77, 80, and 82. But once one Liberty Place rose above Penn's hat, talk quickly and very, very seriously shifted to a curse. And then for 21 years.
Why do you think there was an association between that statue in the city of brotherly love and sports teams? Where did that come from? Because the curse could come from anywhere. Is it sports fans? Like, was it just timing? Like, was it the start of the season or something?
It was a little bit timing. There was talk when the tallest building was put there. There was talk that it would bring some kind of curse.
So there was always an
been
idea.
The gentleman's agreement.
Okay.
That Billy was the tallest thing, and he kind of represented something about Philadelphia. There was something about him.
Right, he was the core. He was
the core.
kind
They
of-
really held on to that.
And
as
I guess
part of their
there's this
identity.
idea of being a gentleman's agreement
Yes.
and there being respect, blah, blah, blah. It's like, the heavenly bells. If the wrong person's in the throne, the heavenly bells kind of rain down locust on your city and stuff like that. Like, it's got a bit of that vibe,
Well,
right?
Sports Radio 950 call-in person, I can't believe we have this, said her name Jody Mack.
Oh, yeah.
She said on radio, I believe in the curse. I think there is something to it. I'm not superstitious by nature,
Yes, you are.
but spitting in the eye of one of the founders of our city is a bad move. So there was talk about it being a curse on the city in general.
On itself.
Wow.
And then sports fans were like, hang about. When was the last time we won a championship?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to the one in 87 just after that building. After the building. It kind of like rolled through like that.
Yeah.
Then you've got all the media organizations obviously
they-
being
as
like,
soon as they get
we've made it in 93. Oh, no, we've lost. Well, yeah.
Okay, so there was like a pride in the city. And I guess when you think about a city, and like Philly as well, like proud sporting city, like the culture comes from arts, sports, these sorts of
Huge.
things. So when they go like, we're being punished for
yeah.
this 80s cocaine
And
building.
it's also kind of like it's the peak of professionalization in sports.
That's right, yeah.
Sports are being like not only broadcast to your city, but to the nation, and now we're saying to the world.
Yeah.
Like particularly in the 80s, there was a lot of pride around around that stuff.
And Philly as well has a lot of pride as being the, kind of one of the major.
They're the big city.
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
They're the big one. So for 21 years, Philly's 4 major sports teams, the Eagles, the Phillies, the Flyers, and the 76ers, suffered through a legendary championship drought. And I'll run through this very quickly, what they went through. The Flyers lost the Stanley Cup twice, in 1987 to the Edmonton Oilers, and then in 1997 in a 4-game clean sweep to the Detroit Red Wings. No one's pick.
Oh my God. So they were favourites.
It was considered a collapse as the Flyers had home ice advantage and had been the heavy favourites. The Phillies lost the 1993 World Series in 6 games to the Toronto Blue Jays. The 76ers lost the 2001 NBA Finals to the LA Lakers, even though the 76ers had Allen Iverson.
Yeah. The answer. The answer.
Then the Eagles, this one is still haunts the Eagles. The Eagles lost 3 straight NFC championship games from 2001 to 2003.
In a row.
Oh. No other team in NFL history had lost back-to-back conference title games at home since the NFL began its practice in 1975 of awarding home field advantage. It had never been done.
That's a 3-defeat, Pete.
3-defeat, Pete. Then made worse because they made the Super Bowl. They made the Super Bowl the year after in 2004.
Oh, no.
And they lost to
No.
the New England Patriots by 3 points. 1 for each of the championship games they lost.
And so at this point, is the city just going buck wild?
Buck wild.
Like, is this what we see on the internet where it's like people are rioting in the streets?
It was like depressive.
Yeah.
Depressive. It was like, well, we're not going to win this. They tried everything. There was after one of the games, I think it was the 93. Yeah, it was the 93 World Series. They tried dressing up Billy Penn in the team colors.
Oh, did they throw him in the river?
Well, I'm sure they were getting up to that. But then on June 18th, 2007, fed up with the curse, iron workers helped raise the final beam in the construction of the Comcast Center at 17th Street and JFK Boulevard in the city center of Philadelphia. In an attempt to end the curse, workers John Joyce and Dan Guinian attached a small figurine of William Penn to the top beam of the Comcast Tower. And the results were almost instantaneous.
This is baffling, dude. This is crazy to me.
Wow.
Because did they tell people that they'd done it before or after?
No.
Because I just got goosebumps. And I, again, like that woman in that email, I go like, I'm not superstitious. And then I hear stuff like this and I'm like, of course it was. Why didn't they think of this earlier?
Right?
You know? Unbelievable.
I'm a little
I'm a teeny suspicious.
So they didn't tell anyone except a couple of people that were on their job site. The thing was that they were also trying to test if this was a genuine curse and if they could break it, because then either way, there's a great story in it.
Then a hero came along.
The Philly teams, within the first 6 months of that being put up there, from that date, started to have success in their competitions. Then it was stolen. Someone took they went to
Who's
check.
Who went up there?
Who's done that?
Someone has, who knows? It could have been a clean, it could have been anything. Maybe it's blown off, who knows?
Right.
They then told the Comcast Center, hey, we put this thing up there, it's been stolen. The Comcast Center, probably in a bit of PR move, went, yeah, sure, we'll put another one up there. They put another one up there to replace it because just a year after the figurine was placed, the Phillies got to the World Series.
Right.
And so Billy Penn, a tiny little Billy Penn, was made and put and welded to the top of the Comcast Center. The Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Tampa Bay Rays and claimed the World Series.
Freaking way.
During the TV coverage of the parade, which occurred 2 days later, Comcast aired an ad congratulating the Phillies, which featured the small figurine of William Penn standing at the top of the Comcast Center. So the curse was broken, and then an even taller Comcast Technology Center was built 10 years later.
What's Comcast doing?
Exactly.
Comcast is making absolute bank.
And then if they finished just before the start of the 2018 Super Bowl, and they put another figurine of William Penn on top of this even taller tower. Obviously, the Eagles won the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. They got revenge over who had beaten them earlier. But this is a small addendum. While that curse was seemingly lifted, some Philly fans were left wondering if a new curse had been put in its place.
See, this is the thing with curses. Once you start, you can't stop.
Would a taller building with a new William Penn figurine have to be constructed for each championship win?
No.
Was this why the New York Yankees in the 2009 World Series lost? Was this why the Phillies fell to the New York Yankees in the 2009 World Series and the Houston Astros in the 2022 World Series? Or why the Eagles lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2023 Super Bowl? Well, thankfully, the second curse of Billy Penn was ended when the Eagles went on to win the 2025 Super Bowl. They defeated the Kansas City Chiefs, and no new tallest building was constructed with a little Billy Penn. So that curse seems to have had the kibosh put on it. But could you imagine?
Well, the problem is they've started too high. Like, if that was the issue, you want to start low and build incrementally. You don't want to go to the tallest one.
We need a Billy Penn on the moon.
Yeah, exactly. They'd never lose. So does that mean that incredible history, by the way.
Isn't
Thank
that
you so much.
amazing?
Thank you so much. Very, very good. I think there is an NG Tower in Sydney, isn't there?
Oh, there would have to be.
Do you reckon we should go get a figurine of Toby Green and put it
Oh,
on
yeah,
top of
a little
NG
Kingers?
Tower?
Callum
A
Ward.
Kingers. Callum
Ward.
Ward.
Oh, and Ward.
The ward of the city.
Oh, the Ward of the West.
The Ward of the West.
Oh my! Because NG Tower, I'm pretty sure I've driven past it. Looks over the Westgate Bridge, doesn't it?
Oh
A
my
little bit?
God.
All right, let's get
There's
in
also
contact.
Canberra Tower too. We might have to do this
Oh.
in the two cities.
Tale of Two Cities.
Oh my God.
If anyone works at NG or has access to that
3D
tower, let us know.
printer?
And a 3D printer.
If Callum Ward wants to send us through a body scan, that'd be great.
Yeah. We'll just get one of those bobbleheads. Chuck that up there. Okay. All right. Thank you again. We've got a couple of emails.
Here we
Once
go.
more. Guildford, Friday night. Come along. It's going to be
Yeah.
an absolute ripper. I
Huge.
cannot wait for this
Yeah.
one. Get involved.
It's going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah.
I
This is
love
gonna
the
be
Friday
huge.
night games, the Friday night watch parties. It's just,
Friday night, last year, Friday, the night watch parties go off.
they're the best.
Get involved.
They're so
Get
much fun.
involved. Okay, we've got a couple of emails here. Well, hey there,
Hey there.
TMBG.
Hoo-hoo.
I've returned from the past to present day 2026.
Oh.
What a roller coaster ride that was. I've listened to the entire pod in a short time.
Whoa.
So this is a new listener who's gone back and listened from the beginning.
Oh, geez.
Kindly assisted by the 1.5 times speed on Spotify.
Oh, God bless them. God bless them for that.
I love hearing the histories, not just on the other clubs, but notable figures in the AFL, VFL history and AFLW history. Dropping a footy from a biplane is friggin' cool and should be brought back post-haste.
Yeah, well, there's no ball up, so.
Yeah, true. No bounce.
No bounce.
I've recommended the pod to friends and family, not just in an attempt to convert them to the Orange Army, but because your histories are insightful and very interesting. Well, thank you very much.
Hey.
As a 36-year-old man hailing from Wagga Wagga in the Riverina,
Oh, yeah.
I started following the Giants because they were recruiting young players from our region. Harry Perryman and Matt Kennedy from Coolingully, Harry Himmelberg, Zach Williams from Narrandera. I would love it if you guys could do a history segment on footy in the Riverina. Or don't. It's your pod and you call the shots. Speaking of Riverina history, my Uncle Ross was named as umpire in the Riverina Team of the Century back in 2015.
Firm but fair.
I like it that umpires are in the team of the century.
So do
It's
I,
funny.
yeah.
No reason to mention this. I just think it's cool.
No, that
I
is
did
cool.
too.
That
I
is
did
cool.
too. Can't wait to see what the season brings. I have family in Sydney, so we'll definitely be getting to some games at NG this year, and even try and stop by a watch party if the stars align. Keep up the good work, Alex, Brandon, and producer Sam. Giant regards. Another one quickly here.
Thank you,
They
Damo.
might become giants. Hi guys, my question is, with this season being our 15th, do you guys think that the club should start looking into redeveloping the lovely home ground Angers Stadium in the short or near future? No. I think we should fill it first.
Yes.
I think we should fill it first.
I agree.
Yeah, think about that down the line. I think we should have set 22,000 is the capacity at NG.
Yeah.
Angers. And once it's a arena full of our fans and opposition fans can barely get a ticket, then we redevelop it.
Then you yeah.
I don't see any reason why. It should be a fortress. We need to fill it. It's half full.
I think the thing that's going to really, really, really be huge for Giants fans and for that stadium is when that metro line gets completed.
It's going to be huge.
And you can actually just get straight to Olympic Park.
Oh.
I think that is a big thing that's
I
hurting
agree.
NG Stadium.
Oh,
Angers.
No question.
I don't live that
Hurting
far.
Homebush.
I don't live that far from Homebush.
That's
really.
a pain in the butt.
And it takes me an hour.
Yeah. And the parking is
Parking's
It's
tough as well.
Metro will change everything.
30-year-old design of a parking lot. It's woohoo.
Yeah, it can be
It's
tough.
different.
It can be tough.
It's different.
Okay, we got some questions from Instagram. I said, any questions for the pod?
Yeah.
Or statements
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that game. You both promised we'd be less shit in the first quarter, and
did.
we were shit. I'm sad.
Yeah.
Good statement.
That is on us.
It is on us. Okay, this one I loved from Plantos. What is the perfect crime?
Oh, the perfect crime.
What is the perfect crime? I was thinking about stealing recyclables from people's bins.
That's not a bad shout. I heard someone doing that in torrential rain last night.
Well, one I was looking up last
that
night
a crime?
whether it's a crime or not, and it depends on your local government and council. But once it's out on the curb, it's kind of discarded. But if they're coming into your onto your property,
And they always are. But God bless them.
I
They're-
think
you
that
know,
is the perfect crime, and I
Yeah.
think it's helpful for everyone.
It's a net positive.
That and metal detecting.
That's
For
a
me,
crime?
no. They're just things that I'm really worried about ever getting into.
Okay.
Because if I do, I can see myself becoming a.
Really into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
One Monster Coffee said, "Far." You can finish the syllable off the end there, or the k. What is the name? Okay, we don't know what the name of our baby boy is. Defeat the effing pies.
Yep.
Says,
Here.
Yep, I agree with that
Smash
one.
the pies.
Why do we decide to play with 5 minutes left? Because it's cool.
Yeah. I think we think it's cool.
I think we think it's cool. What do you actually think about that?
Playing in the last 5 minutes. Oh, it's like the pride of football players. You know, the cues in the rack for the other team, and then it's like this weird ego that it's across any sport, really. It's just the
It does
pride
happen,
of like,
doesn't it?
crap, I really did screw up there. I could have done this.
It's funny because you'll look back at this game and be like, yeah, we only lost by 4 points. It was a close game. It wasn't
If we
clo-
tried,
it wasn't
we
a
would
close
have
game.
done it. It wasn't close. No, we got smicked.
Are we the worst team to ever play the? Okay,
No, Essendon.
Okay.
Look at Essendon. Are you kidding?
This,
Woof.
yeah, this next one as well. This annoys me. With all the injuries, should we just use this year to blood more youngsters? Okay, people, we are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
King, I think David
a bye
King went
coming up.
online, and I think there's a bit of like, he was like, yeah, the Giants should just kind of. That's the season. It's
right,
blah blah blah.
right.
People need to calm down.
Calm down.
Have some trust. Have some
Freo
respect for
fans
Kingsley
last
and
year,
the
remember
list.
them at this point last year, they're like, sack the coach. We'll never play finals ever again. This is blah, 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 blah. And then they make it into, the mood changes.
Yeah.
Everything changes, blah, 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 blah. Very, very early. Anyone who's celebrating too hard just yet, they're going to get
It's never as
snicked.
good or as bad as it
No.
seems.
Good
you
Lord,
know,
no.
like if we beat the Pies, it's 2 and 2. If we don't beat the Pies, we get like 4 or 5 guys back. We'll be a
Yeah.
different team. I don't know. Like if we were struggling, if we were really struggling, if we were 1 and 7, I'd
Yeah.
be like, okay, yeah, play some kids. It's
Yeah.
like let's get into it. But we're 1 and 2. Everyone relax.
We got stars coming back. I've said it before, I'll say it again. 2021, Manly lost the first 4 games of the season because of injuries. They had their star player Tom Trbojevic out and a couple of others out. Everyone wrote them off. They ended up producing one of the greatest finals runs,
Really?
storming through. Also, I know we don't like them, but look what the 2016 Bulldogs did.
Yep.
Hello. And
Also-
they went through us to do that.
Yeah,
too.
and now there's an added option of getting into the play-in. You
Yes,
only have to
we've got
finish in the
wild
top
cards.
10. So you can be a wild card, you can get in, we can get a final, and then from there,
It's a
you
different
just
game.
don't know.
It's a
It
different
can be a
game.
different team, momentum.
Yep.
I mean, look at the last couple of years for Giants fans. Look at our existence. We have started, pretty badly or
This
had a
is-
period
yeah.
during the middle of the year that's been bad. Come home with a wet sail.
Yeah.
Every season's going to be different. Don't throw the baby out with the
Bedford.
Bedford. I'm Alex Williams.
I'm Brandon McClellan.
And they
might become giants. Yum, yum, pies. Yum, yum.